G'day! In today's video I'm opening up an MSI Modern 14 with the model number C12M 272AU. And I'm used to using a fairly small Phillips head screwdriver, so nothing special at all. And I'm going to predict that most of these screws are going to be the same, if not will be the same. Maybe the front ones might be different. Maybe. No. So for the sake of convenience, all these screws are identical. So you don't have to be too concerned about where you put them. And I will start this with, sadly on these models, RAM cannot be upgraded. So if you've got an 8 gig model, it is soldered directly to the board and that cannot be changed. So if you're watching this video and hoping to upgrade your RAM, sadly, you will be sorely disappointed. So these machines I don't mind at all, except I make sure that when I buy them to sell them, I only get the 16 gig model, not the 8. Okay. So as you can see, you'd be sorely disappointed, as over here is the sum of the soldered on RAM. If I look down there, it might be able to see a model number, might not. The model number to me doesn't make much sense, but they look like RAM modules to me. We have one battery here, which can be replaced or upgraded. Its model number is BTY-M494. Now we'll give this a dust blowout while I've got it open. We'll disconnect the batteries here. If it wants to leave, it's trying to walk it out. It doesn't want to leave. I'll use this one. Come on. There we go, just pulled on it just slightly. One thing that we can upgrade and change though is the storage. Right now storage is quite terrible in price. I think in Australia 512 gig NVMe drives are around about $200 to $250 new, which is absolutely crazy. Okay, so maybe not quite that much, but still they're nowhere near as cheap as they were. So if I look up Senecom, why have I got so many zeros there? So like a couple in stock, brand new, 500 gig NVMe for $149 or $189. I swear these got as low as about $40 to $50 late last year or mid last year, and now they've skyrocketed. So the way you go about changing the NVMe drive, you undo the Phillips head screw, and this should slot into here and push in at a very low angle, almost parallel. Don't have to go like that. Just a basic angle will do. There. Lower that down. Do that up. And that's installed. Granted, from there, if you put in a brand new SSD or NVMe SSD, you are going to have to reinstall Windows once you've got that in there. Offer install a USB or clone it from the old drive. So installing it's just the simple part, which is there's a few more battles you're going to have to do after that. Now while I've got this open, I just want to double check these screws. And they have no movement whatsoever, which is great because these are the hinge screws. You do want them to be nice and tight and hold everything nice and firm. Okay. So from here, while it's apart, I'm just going to give it a quick dust blowout. So I've finished the dust clean out. If I go up here and have a look, we've got an Intel AX201 NGW, which I believe is a Wi-Fi 6 Wi-Fi card. And I've got my NVMe back in here, got the cover over the top of it. I ran the wrong way. I did change it to a smaller one. So I've changed it to a 256. I've got other plans for the 512. And what we should have to do now is just reconnect the battery. That's it, reconnected. You may have to use a little bit of force to do that. And then from there, should be right to clip on the bottom. go. They clicked on extremely easily. Now we just proceed and put through and put back in all these Phillips head screws. So there's really not much more to it. So sadly, it's a very non-repair friendly laptop, but it is what it is. Anyway, I hope that helps you guys, and I'm going to catch you guys later for now. Bye.